Good morning, everybody, and happy Thursday. Hopefully you enjoyed your Wednesday, your rest day, your day off, your recovery day. Or if you got a workout in, great job. Matters not, because today, Thursday, we are going to do our accessory workout. So I'm going to take you through some shoulder mobility, some torso rotation, some hip mobilities, and some range of motion movements, all in plan or in hopes to ramp it up and be fresh and ready to go on Friday and Saturday for our either or total body blitz or total body tempo. So let's get going tonight. We don't need any weights. If you have bungees, we can do those, but we won't need any actual dumbbells, weights, or plates or balls. So without anything further, let's go ahead and get it started. Being that it's our accessory day and that ends up being total body, we're going to want to warm up the same. Now I am going to sprinkle in some extra movements, but just follow along and let's do it to it. Okay, first exercise is going to be our shoulder mobilities, regular horizontal shoulder mobilities. Now this is anything new. This is nothing that we haven't done before, but just a recap, when you are going back and you're opening up that chest and you're pinching and squeezing those shoulder blades or retracting those shoulder blades, turn the thumbs back, rotate the pinkies up, palms up. Okay, being our accessory day, we want to make sure that we really focus on the form and the range of motion. Really open everything up. 3, 2, 1, and switch. Now that was definitely longer than 15 seconds, but it's okay because we're all about the range of motion here. Okay, same thing. Now when we're doing the vertical, we're trying to push back, but still trying to pinch or squeeze or retract our shoulders. And when we come up, we're trying to reach and extend up. We'll go 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. A little bit of a shake, a little bit of a get loose. We're going to do what's called our PNF. Now you guys have done this before. I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to rotate it forward. Internally rotate that shoulder as much as you possibly can. Now that left arm, left shoulder is going to rotate back. And I'm also going to lean in and reach to the left. So it's going to be a little bit exaggerated. So forward with the right, back with the left, and switch it over. Now forward with the left, back with the right. And I'm trying to elongate or reach or stretch or lengthen that palm up side. And all we're doing is shifting weight, transferring, because I want to reach, I want to exaggerate as much as possible. We'll go 10 more seconds. And these are roughly 30-second sets, which we don't typically do, but we're going to do it today. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. So very good, that's your PNF, okay? Get loose, shake out in between. You'll see me do that just to kind of remind myself to get loose and stay relaxed, unlike when we do our weights, our blitz, or our tempo, where things kind of tighten down. So first set, I'm going to go hands on my hips at my side, somewhere in there, shoulder circles. So I'm going to start forward. And remember, just a reminder, shoulders down as much or depressed as much as they can. Shoulders back or retracted as much as they can. Shoulders up, elevated or shrugged as much as you can. And then forward or rounded forward or protracted. Okay, so it's maximal range of motion, front, down, back, and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, in opposite direction. I'm going reverse. I'm going to go reverse. Just make sure you get full range of motion. Now when you go reverse, it might feel a little bit easier or a little bit more natural, and that is totally natural. That's totally common. Now if it doesn't make a difference and it doesn't feel any different, that's cool too. But maximal output. Your muscles are going to be tightening and tensing up to make this happen. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, a little bit of a shake. Okay, now we're going to do a second set. We didn't do a second set on the other ones, but we're going to go arm circles. So straight arms, and we're going to do our circles. Okay, I'm going to start forward in 3, 2, 1, and go. Now our next rotation is going to be those figure eights, and that's going to be a big, smooth movement, but a little bit faster movement. So on these guys, I'm going to try and take it to a full range of motion. All the way up, all the way down, back as much as I can and open up my chest. Palms up, palms forward. That doesn't really matter, but palms in when you're coming here. Okay, let's keep it going. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse, and reverse. Now again, this could be a little bit easier to open up and squeeze and pinch and retract the shoulders, or maybe it's the same. That matters not. All that does matter is that you're opening up and trying to get as full of a range of motion as you possibly can. Remember, the fatigue is going to set in, not from the weights today, but from the range of motion and movement that you are taking each muscle and joint through. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time, and time. So again, a little bit of a shake in between, whatever that actually entails. Don't worry about feeling stupid or looking silly. It is what it is. Okay, figure eights, I'm gonna go forward because those are the ones that simulate a little bit more of a natural movement, but the reverse is a little bit easier. So I'm gonna do the forward one because it's a little bit harder or unnatural. So we're gonna go figure eights, circles. Figure eights, circles. Okay, and remember, just to recap, this is a bigger movement, kind of a faster movement. It's definitely smooth, but tighten down your stomach. Tighten down your stomach. Just because we're not going to be weight bearing or load bearing today, or under any sort of tension or load or resistance or stress, we can still tighten down that stomach and get used to keeping your midsection tight no matter what. Throughout the day, you want that stomach tight no matter what. You want that backside, that booty tight no matter what. 5, 4, 3. Now I'm going to switch to the other side. I'm not going to do my reverse. And switch it, and switch it. Now if you want to take it one step further, you're going to internally rotate and go thumb down on the forward, on the down. And then turn the palm up as supinate, and then thumb down. Now if that's too much for you to wrap your head around, don't worry about it. Just let those arms move, that arm move, and the wrist and the hand move naturally. It will probably supinate and pronate or turn and rotate on its own, even if you're unaware of it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time, and time. All right, so we got 2 more with the upper body. Okay, we're going to do our internal and external rotation. First one's going to be elbow up, second one's going to be elbow down. But we're going to do both of them on the same side. Okay, so the first one, elbow up, elbow in line with the shoulder here. Okay, not in front and definitely not behind, in line with the shoulder and level or even with the shoulder. Okay, so you're going to rotate palms down as much as you can while keeping that elbow up, and then palm up or back as much as you can. So go ahead and do that, and when you reach your max range of motion, if this is my max range of motion, I'm constantly and continuing trying to exceed that range of motion. Just like when you're stretching, you're not just going to get to where your muscles are tight and stop. You're going to try and push past that. So I'm trying to do the same thing with that internal and external rotation. Okay, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Okay, give it a little break and shake, but we're going to stay on that right side. So right elbow into the ribs, into the side, into the oblique area. I like to take my opposing hand and throw it on the forearm, throw it on the elbow. I'm not going to grab and hold. I'm just going to have that there for a reminder, because if my elbow leaves my hand, that means my elbow is leaving my side. Okay, so internal, external rotation. This is not a fast movement. It's a very easy movement, but you want to stay under control. Okay, and same thing, when I open up and my range of motion is here, is that good enough for me? No, I want to go a little bit more. I want to go a little bit more each time. So you guys do the same thing. Once you reach that tight, I can't move anymore, move a little bit more. Okay, it's not going to happen all in one repetition, but over time, just like when you're stretching and loosening up, those muscles too will loosen up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time, and time. All right, so do one of these guys, do one of these guys, do whatever you need to do, but now we're going to go through it with the left side. So elbow up in line with shoulder. Okay, one thing that I did not mention is you want this angle to be as close to 90 degrees as possible. As you move, it might change a little bit. Okay, so elbow up, even with the shoulder, forward palm down, open up as much as possible. Okay, so these ones, these internal external rotations, these have been about 20-25 seconds. So we'll just stay with that. Smooth, steady Eddie. We're not going to get necessarily a lot of repetitions in, but we're going to get some good, clean, crisp, quality repetitions in. We got 10 more seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time, and time. All right, so internal, external rotation with that elbow into the ribs, into your side. Remember, I like to go here. If you want to go here, 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 in your pocket, doesn't matter. But this is just a little bit of reminder, a little bit of feedback, okay, unless you have a mirror, okay? In 3, 2, 1, and time. It left my hand, left my elbows out. So I gotta adjust, I gotta keep that in. Now every time I open up, I'm gonna try and pinch the shoulder blades back. It's a little bit difficult, and pop that chest through or do the thoracic extension. I'm trying to come here, okay? If it helps to go at the same time, you can absolutely do that. We have not. I like to focus one side at a time, but you could totally do them at the same time. If you had a bungee or a TheraBand, that would be the optimal time to do them at the same time. Okay, so remember, we're going to go about 20-25 seconds. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time, and time. A little bit of a break and a shake, a little bit of a break and a shake. All right, so we are standing. We got one more with the shoulder, kinda. It's gonna work into our torso rotation. So let's go ahead and pop a squat. If you have a mat or a towel or the floor, go ahead and get on all fours in your quadruped stance. That means knees and hands, okay? But when we get in our knees and hands, you're gonna take that left hand, go behind the head. Okay? Left hand behind the head. Now this is kind of a shoulder mobility, but a little bit more for the torso. We're trying to work our way down to the hips. You're gonna open up, open up, open up. Now if this doesn't feel so good, open up, open up, open up. But just try to rotate as much as possible, okay? So we're gonna go one side at a time in 3, 2, 1, and go. On 0. Okay, just under 10 seconds will give us our 30 on this guy. It's a small range of motion. I'm sorry, it's a slow moving range of motion, but it's a big range of motion. So we want to take our time. 2, this will be my last 1, and time, and time. Same exercise, other side, in 3, 2, 1, and go. And again, not a fast movement on this one. Nice, smooth, steady Eddie, controlled quality. Okay, 10 seconds. Open up. Now remember, you do have this option. Open up, like when you do it with your groiners. You do have that option. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time, and time. All right, so we're going to slowly work our way down. We're already on the floor. Now we're going to start working our back, our butt, and our hips. Okay, working through our mobilities. If you need a break, take it. Otherwise, let's go right into it. All right, now that we're down on the floor, let's go through our hip mobilities. We're going to be in that quadruped stance again. Now that's just a fancy name for both hands and both knees. We're going to do our regular old school, we've done them 7 billion times, hip mobilities. Okay, now I'm going to go repetitions this time. Smooth, steady Eddie. If you do more or do less, that's fine. I'm going to hit 10 repetitions. I'm going to go from one exercise to the next. So if you need to know what the exercise is or a reminder or refresher, just look up, give me a glance, and let's keep this party going. All right, so the first one, right side. I'm going to stay on my right side. I'm going to see it through. Fire hydrants. Okay, 10 repetitions. 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Donkey kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hip circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pigeon pose or butt stretch. I just did the hip mobilities on my right side, so I'm going to stretch that right side. And this is going to be a hold, so we'll get you on the clock, and we'll go 15 seconds. Sit down, collapse down. You'll get more weight on the hips, the glutes. But sitting up tall and working that thoracic extension, also very good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, back to the beginning left side. I'm just going to flip around so you get the visual. Okay? Fire hydrants left side in 3, 2, 1, and go. 10 repetitions. 8, 9, 10. Donkey kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hip circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hip circles, other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I did my left side, so I'm going to do that pigeon pose or that glute stretch on my left side. Now you got two options, or like what I did that other side. Kind of get sunk in, sink it in, get settled in, and then collapse it. And then come on up. There we got 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Beautiful. All right, break, breakity break. Keep your mat, keep your space. We're still on the ground. Now here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through our hip mobilities. We're going to continue to go through our hip mobilities, okay? The next one is going to be your groiner. Now, we do have 3 types of groiners. So today, being all about the accessory, all about the mobility, all about the control, the form, the feel, the technique, we're going to do all 3, okay? Typically when we do our groiners, we do them for a minute. We're not doing them for a minute, okay? We're going to do them 20 seconds a piece, 3 sets or 3 exercises. There's your minute, okay? So not a lot of repetitions each. So let's start with our regular groiner, and you're going to drop or rotate towards that lead leg. All right, so I'll give you 1 repetition, 1 demo. If I step up with my left foot, I'm going to lower my left elbow. All right, so let's get set. We're going to go for 20 seconds in 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, 10 down, 10 to go. And then we're going to rotate up towards the front leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch it. Rotate up towards that lead leg. Still a groiner. This is number 2. 10 down, 10 to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Last one's going to be the ankle rocker. So whichever leg you step up with, you're trying to roll your ankle. Okay? Now, yes, we're trying to roll the ankle. If you got shoes on, it might be a smidge difficult. If you don't have shoes, it's going to be awesome. But you're also going to stretch that adductor, that inner thigh, up into that groin of this leg as that knee kicks out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Beautiful. So there's our 1 minute, but our 3 variations of groiners. All right, so while we're still on the bottom, we're going to do something not different, but again, we're doing all of our mobilities, all of our ranges of motion. So we're going to do what's called a Cossack squat, but it's not a true Cossack squat. It's basically just a very, very exaggerated lateral lunge, okay? Excuse me, I'll get set up and show you. I'm going to start with my left leg. So my left leg is going to be out, and I'm going to be like I stepped into a lateral lunge. But I'm going to try and sit down a little bit. I'm going to turn my left toe out a little bit, make it a little bit easier. And I'm going to turn my right foot up. Now, if I want to get a little bit more hamstring, I'm going to sit back and sit down, toe up. If I want to get a little bit inner thigh and groin or adductor, I'm going to keep that foot flat, sit down. When I come up, squeeze the glutes, bring the hips forward, stay on that side. We're going to go 5 repetitions. Each repetition at the bottom, I'm going to hold for a little bit. Okay? So let's go in 3, 2, 1, and go. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze, there's 1. We'll do this one a little bit different. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze, there's 2. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze, there's 3. Down. Squeeze. 3, 2, 1. There's 4. Down, 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 down. Eyes up, chest up. There's 5. All right. Do a little some if you got to. Now, hopefully you had some control on that one. One thing I did not mention, if the balance is an issue, the range of motion is an issue, don't really worry too much about it. Take it to what you can do, okay? If you got to put your hands down on the floor, give you another point of context for the balance to kind of help you and hold you, then do it, okay? So now I like to start at the bottom and get set up first. That kind of tells me where my stance needs to be or my feet need to be. So I'm going to go here first. Going to kind of kick that toe out a little bit. All right, so we're going to go 5 repetitions. All right, here we go in 3, 2, 1, and go. 3, 2, 1. Tight at the top. 1, 3, 2, 1. Tight at the top. 2, 3. Number 3. We got 2 more. So I'm going to turn these guys. Now this side's a little bit tougher for me to get into. So this is one where I would put my hands down for that extra point of contact so I can get that range of motion, that stretch. And tight for 4. Let's go 1 more. Going to do that same darn thing. I'm going to turn that toe up and I'm put my hands down and then put myself into that position. Okay, so I'm not necessarily cheating just yet. I'm putting myself in the right position so that my body can get used to that range of motion. And then eventually I'll be able to do it correctly and I'll be able to look good doing it. And that'll be that. All right, so now we're obviously on our way up in our standing. We're going to do that squat to stand, okay? So the squat to stand, what we've done thus far is we've started in that squat, that super squat, or that hyper squat hold. And then what we're going to do is if you have that dumbbell, and I said you didn't need dumbbells, so I kind of lied. But if you need a stationary object to hold for balance, you can do that. Every now and then, I'll just put my hands under my toes. That works just the same. But then pull yourself forward. So we got squat to stand. Okay, we're going to go 5 repetitions on this. Keep your eyes down, chest down, hands down. But up. 1 of 5. 2 of 5. 3 of 5. 4 of 5. Now 5 of 5. Stay here just a little bit. Big inhale. You're going to come up a little bit. Exhale, you're going to go down a little bit. Now come all the way up. And as you come up, exhale, squeeze those glutes. Okay? Little wiggle, little shimmy, little shake. Okay? Break, rest, recover if you need to. And we're just going to finish up top. Okay, so you guys are doing fantastic. Nothing big, nothing crazy today, but every now and then we chop the intensity. We go through a full, complete range of motion, and it should allow us to rebuild and rest, recover, so that we can hit it just a little bit harder those next few handful of workouts. So I digress. We're standing up. We got 2 more exercises. One is going to be a reverse lunge. We've done 789,000 of those, so that shouldn't be an issue. But only difference that I want you guys to do is I want you to put that back knee down, and then I want you to do a thoracic extension or a reach. Okay, so if I'm you guys, here's what we're doing. We're sitting back. Here's our reverse lunge, but purposely putting that knee down and then reaching up. As I reach up, I'm going to shift forward. Reset, reload, repeat, other side, up, shift forward. Okay, so let's go ahead and get it going. We're going to go alternating reverse lunge with a thoracic extension or a 2-arm reach. Okay, this one is going to be for time. This is going to take a lot of time or not a lot of time depending on what you're capable of doing. So we're going to do this for 1 minute. Yes, yes, yes. 1 minute. All right, let's lock and load. 3, 2, 1, and go. Now you can get in that position, sink the hips forward, keep it forward, keep it forward, keep it forward, keep it forward, and reach. That's one option. The other option is as you stride back, reach at the same time. One might feel better than the other. They might both feel good. It doesn't really matter. But however you get from point A to point B, don't care. Okay, so if we start at the 15, you are 30 seconds in already. And you want to make sure that that back knee hits the floor to pin that leg so that there's no cheating and you have a little bit of a leverage to kind of stretch out. Okay? Okay, 10 more seconds, 10 more seconds. I'll just do 1 more rep a piece. 2, 1, and time, and time. Okay, very good, very good, very good. Now, if we were at the gym and we were doing a set of walking lunges or a set of reverse lunges for a minute, I could guarantee you that it would be a lot harder than that. But these are beneficial in their own way for their own reason. Okay, let's do it. We got 1 more exercise. We're standing. We're going to finish off with the top. We don't need a bungee. We don't need a PVC pipe. We don't need dumbbells, okay, because we're not doing any of those or using any of those. We're going to do your low trap raise. So get set. Flex forward like you're going to do your bent over row, or grab your weights for deadlifts. Hold it. Front raise. Keep your elbows straight. Don't let them bend. This is not good. This might be high, but this is straight, so this is better. Okay? We're going to do 20 seconds of it in 3, 2, 1, and go. Out wide and straight is totally fine, but closer and straight is mo better. So that is the goal. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Shimmy, shimmy, shake. All right, break, rest, recover. Do what you got to do. That is our head to toe, top to bottom, front to back, left to right accessories workout. Now, those workouts, we just went through it, 30, 35 minutes. It doesn't need to be the 40 to 60 that the weights do because there's not very much downtime and the load or the stress or the physical requirement or demand on the body is not as high. Okay? But very good job on that. If you want to rev your roller, PVC pipe, foam roller, lacrosse ball, any other massager that you guys might have, awesome. Today would absolutely be the day that you would want to do that. But then again, so is every other day. But nonetheless, great, great, great job. Tomorrow, Friday, the next day, Saturday, blitz and or tempo. We're going to do that kind of fielder's choice, your option as far as what route you want to go. So have a great rest of your day and see you guys then.